Hello everybody, it's me, Nikki, and welcome to my channel. Today is Tag Tuesday, and I will be doing the in or out book tag. Excuse me. I saw this on Rosie's channel. I will make sure to link the original and Rosie's video. Excuse me. I have a soda. Carbonation's coming back up. First one, reading the last page first. Out. I don't do that, but caveat, I do if stuff is happening and I'm worried, I will go to the end to see if anyone dies. I don't like character death, so I like to know ahead of time so I am mentally prepared. But I don't read the last page first. Number 2 is enemies to lovers. I am in, but again with a caveat, for most of these they will have a but. It depends upon the enemies. Like, I'm not the biggest, like Draco Harry, that's not in a book, but fan fiction wise, Draco Harry I'm not the biggest fan of, because yeah, Draco's life was shit, but Harry's life was, it's a whole thing. So it really depends upon the depth of their hatred for each other. Like, if you can tell that it's not really that deep, I'm more into that. 3 is dream sequences. I guess. I don't think I've ever read a book with a dream sequence. I know they happen on TV. Like, the famous one is, was it Dallas? Where that whole season where one character died got magically erased because it was a dream sequence. The best dream sequence I know of that happened on TV was Bob Newhart had another show. He had the Bob Newhart show and then another one where he had a hotel, and he woke up in bed with the wife from the first show, so that indicated that the whole second show was a dream sequence. It was really funny. You have to watch it. Number 4, love triangles. I am out. I do not like them. If there is a YA, usually they're in YA. They're not too many in the adult fantasy I read, but they are a lot in YA fantasy because of Twilight. I usually nope out of that book because they're always going to be like, oh, who should I choose? The boy who's mean to me or the boy who's nice to me? And then everybody's like, well, pick the boy who's nice. And the author's like, oh, secretly, he's a stalker. So obviously, she's going to go to the boy who is mean to her. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Why don't you just write the one you want her to be with as being nice? Ugh. Number 5, cracked spines. I crack spines up all the time. Especially on, I have one right here, on books like this, or the mass market paperback, where they open like this much and then the text is like that small, and I'm like, you have to get cracked. There's no other option. 6, back to my small town. Out. I don't really like those. I don't like them in movies or TV shows, so I wouldn't like them in books. 7, monsters are regular people. I guess it depends. Rosie made the point that, like, monsters are the humans all along, or are they like a vampire holding down a day job at like an accounting firm. So yes to both of those. No paragraph breaks. I am out. I don't think I've read a book like that, but if I find a fan fiction on AO3 that has no paragraph breaks, even if the summary sounds amazing, I am fucking out of there. It's difficult to read. Number 9, multi-generational sagas. In. But I don't know if I've read any. I think the Dragonlance books are sort of multi-generational, but I haven't read all of them, so I'm not sure. 10, rereading. I am in. I just haven't done it because I have a lot of books to read for the first time. 11, artificial intelligence. Out. Because usually it's about the computers taking over the world. And I've had enough of that for a while. Drop Caps is number 12. I don't know if I know what that is. Oh, is that where they have the big... Yeah, I guess. I've seen it a couple times. It's fine. Happy Endings is 13. I am in. I do not like sad endings. 14 is plot points that only converge at the end. I'm in, but... what was my but? Like, you see this a lot in mystery books. I would, like, Poirot, he finds all the clues, and so do you, but he's the only one who figures it out. I'd like it a little, maybe, like, there's a couple red herrings in there, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what it is, and at the end, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe it. 15, detailed magic systems in. I don't mind a magic system that's a bit, like, obscure at first, but as the story goes on, it should become more detailed, because otherwise it's garbage. 16, classic fantasy races. I am in, like, Flynn. I love dwarves and dragons and goblins and gnomes. Elves are alright, but I love it all. 17, Unreliable Narrators. I'm in, but it depends. Like one of Agatha Christie's books has an unreliable narrator. And I think there's another book. I don't know if I've read it, but I think it helps. You should make sure that the audience knows that it's an unreliable narrator, like, from the start. So, 18, Evil Protagonists. I'm out. And I guess it depends, but mostly out. 19, The Chosen One. I'm in, depending on how well it's written. Mostly for fantasy stuff. Although if it's another white male chosen one, no. 20, When the Protagonist Dies. I'm out for that. No. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of character death. 21, Really Long Chapters. I'd say out, but... like, my Roger the Chapman books, which I've talked about before, there's only 20 chapters, but each chapter is kind of short. So I think if you have really long chapters, you shouldn't have a lot of them. That's just my opinion. French Flaps. In, I guess. Whatever, I don't care. Deckled Edges. Sure, fine. Whatever. Signed copies by the author is 24. I'm in. I have one. I got it from Barnes & Noble. My mom got one. We ordered it from Amazon back in the day, and it came signed. And she was like, what? Is this legit? And I go, yeah, it's possible. And I'm like, okay. 25 dog-earing pages. I am out. I did it on textbooks, but then I don't really care about textbooks. But if it's my own personal books, no. And 26 chapter titles instead of numbers. I'm out. I'd like both because I like to divide my chapter titles up into how many days I can read a book. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And if there's no chapter numbers, I don't know how to count. So I also like a thing in the beginning that says how many chapters there are. They don't often do that, but yeah. So those were all the questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to do the tag, you're welcome to do the tag. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. That was my Facebook Messenger, not yours. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.